our conversation stayed with me, inspiring me to find out more. That is the point of origin for this novel, which is dedicated to a small army of wee grandchildren, Cooper, Daisy, Ezra, Owen, Leo, Gray, Liam, Beau, Emma, and Sonny, who, I pray, will never know anything of war. Prologue. For most of us, it takes a while to realize that we cross lines in our lives. Silent, unmarked borders of time that we pass as if in our dreams, without ever realizing what we are leaving behind. We do not see that the matchless nights of being cherished and held close are vanishing even as we live them, and that we are all refugees from one war-torn country or another, or from one war-torn love story or another. Time moves so deceptively that we never say, "This is the last walk I will take with you along the shore," or "This afternoon I carried a child in my arms for the final time." Perhaps early this morning, while we dressed and put the kettle on, our destiny advanced, unwatched. Book 1. Summer. Of course, the three of them are still far too young this summer to know any of this. This summer of 1912, 2 years before the Great War begins. Katie has just turned 20. Both boys, Sam and Ned, are a year behind her. This disparity of a single year has given her a certain authority over them since they were small children, following her up and down the street they all live on in Brighton, just a short walk from the Palace Pier. Because she could easily outrun them, both boys remember their childhood as a time spent chasing after her, a time when their daily adventures were defined by the dimensions of her imagination and her ambition. Her mother had died soon after she was born, leaving her to be raised by her father and her 3 older brothers, the result of which meant there was practically nothing that could shock her, and suitably she drove a hard bargain. Quitting was intolerable. Crying and whining, along with any form of complaining, were strictly forbidden. So now, while most of England just before the war is nodding off in their teacups to the symphonies of Sir Edward Elgar or Ralph Vaughan Williams, Katie prefers climbing onto the pale green table in the conservatory and regaling the boys with the Broadway hit from America by the light of the silvery moon, while they try to pretend they are not looking up her dress. Maybe this is something her mother would scold her for, if she had a mother. Actually, it is thrilling for her in a way she can't quite comprehend, though she wishes that just once she would see in Sam's eyes the same kind of physical hunger that pours out of Ned, and that she knows she is responsible for inspiring in him. Because there is no doubt in anyone's mind that Sam possesses a brilliant talent. He will attend the Royal Academy of Arts in London in the autumn, and on these summer nights when Katie lies in her bed waiting for sleep to come, she tries to picture what it would be like to be Sam's muse. What would it be like for her to strike a certain pose, quite unwittingly, that inspires him to suddenly say, "Wait! Don't move!" And then to paint her. To paint her! What could ever be more thrilling? But Sam is always slightly beyond her reach. And the physical hunger that animates Ned so thoroughly and predictably is matched in Sam by a quiet longing. Longing for what? Katie wonders. Something neither of them would be able to name, she suspects, or even begin to speak about.